welcome to the DEN DALI pitch competition. My name is Jamie Coughlin. I oversee entrepreneurship here at the college, better known as DEN. And we just wanted to welcome you to, we were just reflecting that this is number 5 of these. And just a great partnership that has unfolded here in recognition of building an ecosystem of ideas here at Dartmouth. Not only requires the business, marketing, venture side of it, but it also requires the builder mentality. And I think the combination of DEN and DALI really contribute to that. And hopefully all of you with ideas to really take those ideas, make market cases for them, and then also build them. So we are here to support. The great thing about this program is it not only takes place here in the fall, but the winter and spring. So we like to say that, multiple shots on goal for all of you. And with that said, maybe just touch upon, we have 6 judges tonight. And I will just quickly highlight the 3 on the DEN side and then hand it over to Lori to reflect on the DALI side. So I am a judge, and then we are joined by 2 others. Eileen O'Toole. Eileen is a program manager at the DEN who is in charge of a lot of the external programming for our efforts. And also Joshua Schoenbart. Josh is a 16. He is one of our student leaders at the DEN, part of the DEN Associates, but also, and very much important, an entrepreneur, having created a number of different entrepreneurial ventures here while at Dartmouth. So a wealth of experience tonight. So Lori?
Yeah, so thanks, Jamie.
Yeah,
so it's great. Thanks everybody for coming. I'll introduce the other judges and then say a few other words. So on the DALI side, DALI stands for Digital Arts Leadership and Innovation, and it's sponsored by the Neukom Institute and Computer Science Department and by the college. And so the judges tonight are myself, and I'm the Executive Director of the DALI Lab and a Professor in Computer Science, and Tim Tregobov, who's the co-founder of the lab and the Technical Director of the DALI Lab. He has a Master's of Science degree in Computer Science with a concentration in Digital Art in 2015. And he's been a judge from the beginning and a part of DALI from the beginning. And then new this year is Amy Zhang. Amy, we love to have students who are part of the lab. Amy is a lead designer in the DALI Lab, and she is a biology and studio art double major and a digital arts minor. And she got the Stamps Family Fellowship to do some experiential learning work around scientific visualization. So it's really great and exciting. So thank you to all the judges. So the way that this is going to work is that we have 6 judges who are judging, and we're voting on the following criteria. So originality, is this a new idea, or is it something that we've seen 20 of before? Right? Is it something that is new or is doable? So is it so big that you could never possibly pull it off, or is it something that we could at least get somewhere on while you're here at Dartmouth and doing this project? We're looking at the quality of the pitch itself. So how well did they come up here and pitch their idea and convince us that it was a good one? And then the overall sort of creativity mix of, just mix of ideas to have a creative solution to an important problem. So creativity and impact are the other pieces that we judge on. But we're not the only ones who are judging. All of you are judging too. So there is an audience vote. So so at the end of the evening it's going to go really fast. Everyone's going to pitch for 2 minutes. And then at the end, we ask you all to vote for 3 people, right? Just vote, circle 5 people. And you don't want them to rank? Do you want them ranked or not? No. So just choose 5 winners. And then put them in their ballot boxes at the back of the theater. And then you can have some food. There'll be food there. And then the judges and the staff will go and tally up your votes, and we'll figure out our votes. And then we'll come back here as soon as we can and announce the winners. So that's sort of the way that this evening is going to go. Does that sound right?
Yep. And first prize is a mixture of financial support, $3,000, as well as development support from DALI. Second place is $2,000 as well as development support. And then third is $1,000 plus development. And the people's choice or the audience is $2,000 plus development. And for all of those audience members, I mean, we have 20 finalists that are presenting. If you connect with any of them, please let these contestants or these applicants, finalists, know. Right? Part of this is getting found. Sure, there's only going to be a handful that walk away with the quote-unquote prize package, but we also want to connect and network here as well.
So we had more applicants than ever before, over 40 applications for the 20 spots. It was really hard to figure out how to do it. And all of the work of pulling this together was done by a really great team of people from both DEN and DALI. And so I just want to thank that team right now. So if you could give them a... So it's Eileen and Sophia and Theo and others, many others. So, okay, anything else? Great.
Let's enjoy it.
Let's enjoy
Great.
it.
Hi, my name is May, and I'm presenting Artwear. This is a fashion line that specializes in hand-painted clothing, and we offer premium fabric, acrylic paint, and also a customization option, whereas you can send us your dress and a digital image, and you can paint. We can paint it for you, just like this one. Without further ado, Artwear for formality, unique style, and quality. Now, I have built an online store, and I have fulfilled orders for Dartmouth and non-Dartmouth students, and it is one of my first online ads. But these online ads can only go so far as a marketing strategy, while my market is growing. So you can see that almost 50% of US college students are buying clothes up to 3 times a month, but most of them are opting for plain color dresses, which is not very unique. That's why I want to bring Artwear to them by leveraging word of mouth, which leads me to my plan. I would like to advertise and sponsor events at Dartmouth, for example, formal sorority events, distributing to local Hanover stores, and electing a network of student reps across US colleges. One of my biggest challenge is to bring down the shipping costs because these dresses are being shipped from my hometown, Vietnam, where they are manufactured. That's why I'm asking for primarily business mentorship as well as fundings, which will go towards this purpose and towards advertising and sponsoring Dartmouth events. Now, does Artwear solve any urgent problem besides preventing awkward twinning incidents at proms? Maybe. But this is my inspiration for doing Artwear. This is an artist from my hometown, and he is painting the traditional Vietnamese dress using prosthetic arms. And he is the reason why that I want to create Artwear, to create jobs for people like him, and also share the talents of Vietnamese artists to the world. And I invite you to join me. Thank you.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ayan, and this is Suleiman. Have you ever wanted to run with a friend, but they're really far away? Or you just run at a really odd time and you can't find anybody to run with? Well, Mike and Lisa had a similar problem. They used to run together in college, but ever since Lisa moved away, they can't find any application that allows them to run together. Well, we introduced BandRunner. BandRunner is an application that allows you to run with anyone, anywhere in the world. Let me show you how this works. Mike and Lisa have BandRunner installed on their device. They both run the application and start running at the same time. They can be anywhere in the world. At the glance of their device, they can see where the other person stands. For example, Mike can see on his smartwatch that Lisa is running ahead of him, and Lisa can see that Mike is trying to catch up. This motivates both of them to run together and run faster. What makes BandRunner unique is no other application provides this level of real-time feedback. Imagine this. You want to go for a run right now, but you can't find anybody to run with. Well, BandRunner is a social network as well. When you want to run, we match you with someone else who wants to run, and then you can run with them. Alternatively, you can challenge someone. For example, it could be your friends, family, or someone you don't even know. You could even run with Usain Bolt, the fastest man in the world, or you could run with a celebrity. So, studies have shown that virtual partners double your performance, and BandRunner wants to take this advantage and bring it to you. We match you with someone at your skill level so that you stay motivated, or if you're the more competitive type, you can compete on a global or local leaderboard. We also believe that our idea can enable global marathons, meaning people from all over the world can run together to support a cause. That's pretty powerful. So last month, we placed first at Hack Dartmouth when we prototyped our application in 24 hours. We won the Microsoft Challenge and have their backing, and since then, we've been working on making our backend more scalable. What we need is money for testing devices, help with design, and help with marketing. And as 3 computer science graduate students, we believe we have what it takes to make BandRunner a reality. Thank you.
BookUp is a platform that helps students study skillfully by bringing together students to study, bridging across social groups, and optimizing access to campus resources. The problem we're trying to solve is that millions of college students drop out every year. This costs the US billions in lost income, and it costs colleges millions in lost tuition every single year. But who drops out? Well, the majority of attention and resources go to obvious risk cases, and for good reason. This often means the murky middle is ignored, yet they make up the majority of college dropouts. BookUp is a web and mobile app that allows students to find a study buddy with their classes based on time availability. This is important as studies show that studying with others can help improve grades. We also allow students to expand and diversify their social network. This is also important because college dropouts often cite a lack of a support network as their reason for dropping out. We also optimize access to campus resources such as tutors and study spaces. Accessibility is a particular problem for the murky middle. The murky middle represents a high return on investment opportunity. A 0.2 increase in GPA is associated with a 10% greater chance of graduating. So we can not only help colleges have a more predictable revenue stream, but more importantly, we can help millions of college students who often fall through the cracks. BookUp began with a Google form where we matched students with study buddies, and over time we've gained student feedback on features and functionality. We're currently beta testing to refine the app for student needs. Our current site features user accounts where students can request a study buddy and create or join a study group based on their class schedule. The DALI Lab is currently developing an iOS app with the same functionality. So in the fall of 2016, with economics chair Bruce Sacerdote, we will conduct a randomized controlled trial in New England colleges to validate BookUp on student outcomes. And we've already started calling colleges to garner interest in the app. And over time, we'll be able to refine the app based on school type. With DEN and DALI support, we can help achieve our 2-term plans. In particular, we need DALI Lab to continue development on our iOS app. We need $3,000 for legal fees and Android app development. And we've accomplished this in a short 6 months with only 2 people. And we're ready to expand the team and help improve the lives of millions of college students with your help.
I'm Zoe Deneen, a student athlete passionate about design and changing the Dartmouth student experience. Students are wasting courses, and that's because the course selection process is flawed. Students figure out their requirements and then pick courses that fulfill that requirement. But my question is, where is the interest? Students should be figuring out what are they interested in, what professor gets them excited, and what major is a good fit. and then find courses that fulfill that interest and thereby fulfill the requirement. So how do we get from the current system to the ideal? Introducing CourseGenius, Pandora radio for course discovery. With requirements in mind, CourseGenius connects students with their interests. This is Piper. She's an undecided freshman. She loves art, history, and government classes and has always wanted to go to Latin America. Political game theory is not her thing, but she is interested in this art history class. She sees that it is an art distrib and adds it to her cart. She clicks her likes and dislikes and then updates the system. CourseGenius learns, matches, and updates. She then realizes that international relations is a good fit. She checks out, but with having 4 courses, she shares her shopping cart with the dean, and then Dean Thomas suggests that she drops one of her Gov courses to even out her course load. Thanks, Dean Thomas. So how does this work? CourseGenius takes course evals and their interests, as well as peer course evals, and then it identifies the peers that like the same courses. Through that, you get course suggestions, and the user can either downvote or upvote those course suggestions. And this information is put back into CourseGenius to generate an updated course suggestions list. CourseGenius, changing the mindset by changing the process.
So, what's the biggest problem that B students face? Underemployment and unemployment. What is really happening? We go to our dream job and the interview person says that you won't be getting this job because you don't have enough experience. But we wouldn't be having experience because we'll be cramming for exams back in school. So what do we do about this global talent crunch? Here's a platform, an online platform that connects companies, universities, and students. Companies get to post problems in the form of challenges with specific outcomes established and a set deadline. Students get to collaborate and compete and solve these challenges, and companies get to choose some of them for further improvement or even adopt them or use this as a tool to identify potential hires. Students will also get to build their portfolio in the process and assess the solutions of the others. Universities, on the other hand, need to update their curriculum so they can pick some of these organizational tasks and have the students work on these real-time projects and generate course credit for it. The platform, in the meantime, will be using some of the transactions that take place in the form of monetary compensation between companies and students as transaction fees. So what have I done so far? I co-founded a not-for-profit organization called the Dialogue Foundation that did exactly this, bringing students together in physical co-working spaces and connected them to mentors from the industry and the government. But I had so many challenges in terms of financial investment, and it was very time-consuming, and also logistically it was difficult to bring so many people under the same roof. This is my experience. I'm a current MEM student, and what I expect from the DALI Lab is support in terms of website design and development, and mentorship and guidance from DEN. My idea is to connect every student problem solver with a problem and create a platform to enable every student to be an entrepreneur in their own terms. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Eric Lascalzo, and I'm here today to present to you the Duplex Case. So this is a case that provides your computer with additional battery life and storage. So it works a little bit like your current battery cases for iPhones and other phones. And and it snaps on and it provides your computer with up to double the battery life. And it also has a hard drive, so without plugging anything into your laptop, you can access additional storage to store other files and applications. So let's check out what's inside. So the major thing inside this case is a battery. So this is the type of battery that's found in many electronics today. It's a lithium-ion battery, and it can charge the computer one full cycle, so you can double the battery life. So the other thing that's in here is a hard drive. So this is where you would store your additional files and applications. So this is for the user that you've run out of space on your computer and you need other space to store files. So my initial prototype is 3D printed, and it has a working battery pack and hard drive encased in it. And it's all in a wedge-shaped design, so it actually tilts the laptop a little bit and makes typing easier. So it's a very ergonomic design. And moving forward through DEN support and DALI support, I would like to upgrade this case to an aluminum case to make it stronger and lighter, and also make it thinner. So this is some of my goals going forward. So I would like to launch a Kickstarter coming up in January to market this device and hopefully sell 1,000 units at about $150 each. And here's my current timeline. So as you can see, coming up in January, we will be launching the Kickstarter. And then by the end of the year, hopefully I've already submitted the patents, and hopefully we'll be continuing on with that and starting a company in September. So thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rob Thielen, and this is Arrestus, and we are the co-founders of Flick, a faster, easier way to connect. So after we're all done tonight, we're all going to be sitting outside, getting some pizza, and you might want to connect with someone. Let's say you walk up to Jamie Coughlin, one of our judges, and you want to get some information from him. So you get his name, and you go into the corner real fast, and you type into LinkedIn, and this happens. 101 Jamie Coughlins in LinkedIn, and he's not even listed in the top search results. I'm sorry, Jamie, but this happens. Now, what are we going to do when you multiply that by the number of social networks in the world, and you add email addresses, phone numbers, and websites to that? And on top of that, through research, we have found that non-Western last names are 50% less likely to be added to LinkedIn and Facebook here on Dartmouth campus. This is a problem. We are missing opportunities to connect and engage, and Arrestus is going to tell you how we're going to overcome that.
So we're creating a faster and easy way to connect. You just link your social media to Flick, and then use it to connect with anyone you meet in just a few seconds. But let's see how our iOS app works in the wild. First, scan the room for people using Flick. Choose what pieces of information you want to share, and then flick it to the person you want to connect with. Then choose what you want to keep. Save it directly in your iOS contacts. What if the other person does not have it? Might happen. Just enter a phone number. Use the same intuitive interface to create an SMS message that contains all the information you want to share.
Awesome, and as always, there's high fives at the end because you just connected with people. So we're done with the iOS app. We're going to launch this winter, but what we need help with is bringing it to the next level. We want to overcome all kinds of bias on the campus, and that includes making this a universal app and adding Android. So we have a proven track record, and we're looking to develop the Android version here on campus and make this truly a better campus to connect. Please help us out, and if you're interested in joining our team, please talk to us afterwards. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. So my name is Shivam Goel, and I'm with Owen Versteeg, and I've co-founded Fund Knowledge. It's a nonprofit registered in the state of New York, and the main premise that we sort of solve is, what if the cure of cancer is in the mind of someone who cannot afford education? What if the person who has a solution to the problems, world's pressing problems, is located somewhere which is not connected? So Fund Knowledge is a crowdfunding platform for education, and what we do is we find academically smart children, and we crowdfund their higher education. And the children we are looking for are in the developing world, and the children we scout for is using NGOs and local platform, local media right now. The main problem, the two issues which exist with Fund Knowledge. Number one, talent recognition. Exceptional children are all around the world. However, money is not distributed equally. For instance, we see Malala as a child who's sort of growing, who sort of shaped how develop. She's a campaign for. A second is accountability for donations. So donors, they do not. Accountability for donations. So secondly, donors, they give donations to large NGOs such as UNICEF or Red Cross, but do not know where the donations are going. So we try to solve this problem by creating this platform where a person can, once he or she donates to this person, they can directly engage with them and Skype with them, or depending on the. So this is our current cover story. Her name is Shushma. She's India's youngest graduate student. She finished high school at 7 and master's in microbiology at 15. And we're helping her to come to US for PhD. And this is our current prototype. And
Okay. So this is just an example prototype website that we have set up where anyone can fund someone like Sushma's education. Thank you.
Spacebar, Star Wars is going to play real loud. Sweet. Can we just play that for the fun? Probably not a good idea. Is this you? Yeah. So need that one. Okay.
Hi. Hi, I'm Bradley, and this is Ali, and we're building the Global Economics Simulation game, and we're excited to talk to you about how you can help support this awesome new learning tool for Dartmouth students. First, let's talk about Kodak. There's a traditional narrative about Kodak, and it goes like this. A market-leading firm gets complacent, fails to innovate, misses a new market trend, and descends into bankruptcy and irrelevancy. It sounds familiar, right? As engineers, makers, and techies, we're familiar with this narrative. Email disrupts the post office, mobile is disrupting desktop, and Amazon is disrupting retail. We've heard it before. There are, however, complex macroeconomic forces at play. The conventional wisdom says Kodak's failed because it was disrupted, and an economist would say that Kodak's failed because macroeconomic trends crippled Kodak's competitiveness. Determining which narrative is right is essential for professionals, and all of us will be professionals someday, leading firms in complex global markets. Our game teaches complex economics simply, letting users act as central bankers and national governments to learn about economic outcomes and how they affect trickle down to firms. Imagine for a moment that you're a grizzled central banker. Your economy recovered from the financial crisis and you've had several quarters of strong economic growth. Now the economy is slowing. Unemployment is rising, markets are rattled by waves of bad news, and the media is talking of prolonged downturn. How do you head off a deep recession? And how should global firms respond? Through the simulation and repetition, the game will help users build a better understanding of sophisticated principles, equipping them as managers to build better, more nimble companies. Through this game, we're building the next generation of leaders for companies like Uber, Snapchat, and Oculus. So come help us. We have an aggressive timeline, mock-ups, wireframes, the initial code, dedicated support of world-renowned faculty, and plenty of funding. We need engineers and designers to help us accelerate development of our program into a more mature prototyping phase. A little help goes a long way.
Hey, is this yours? Yeah, it's me. Okay. Hello, my name is Max von Hippel. I'm a UWC 15 and Dartmouth 19, and I'm presenting GoConnect, a company I founded. And we are a complex sounding but actually very simple idea. So what happens if you are at some conference and you want to know, maybe you are an NIH-funded scientist. You want to know what other NIH-funded scientists are there. Or perhaps you are a member of the Dartmouth Entrepreneurial Network. You want to know what other members are there. Well, you could look and see on Google Circles, who else is there? Well, nobody's ever used Google Circles before. Perhaps you could look on the nearby friends list, but how many of you in your memory can remember the names of every single member of the NIH-funded biologists list or the DEN in residence members for all of eternity? It's unlikely that you will know what affinity groups all of these people belong to. So we fix that issue. The idea of our product is that we go to, for example, the National Science Foundation, and we say, we will sell you this service. Please give us a list of everybody who is within your group, and we will create for you this beautiful, amazing application with which members of your group can see a geofenced list of people around them who have opted in to be seen, and then they can meet up, for example, at a conference and work through their ideas. It also means that if you are, for example, in Hanover, you can put out an advertisement for people to work on if you are in DEN in residence, your entrepreneurial idea, or whatever it is that you are, and there's no investment cost of getting set up in the app because we are getting that information from the organizations. So we believe this is a very good product. We've already raised money and made a working website, and now we want to make this very beautiful and elegant iPhone application, which is what we need development help and funding to help do. And we think this could be a very profitable venture. We're hoping to have an install cost where we are having a cost for the customization per client to make the product perfect for them, as well as the cost per user as we will be maintaining databases. This is a walled garden product. It works very well. We already have one client, the United World College alumni, and we're looking for more. So hopefully you can support this product, and I'm very excited about it. Thank you.
So I'm Peter Wright. I'm really going to pose a very simple question to you. Can we build a better toilet? This is a tremendous need throughout the developing world. It's illustrated in this slide. As I thought about this and why I became involved, I thought of a quotation by Louis Pasteur that said, "Chance favors only the prepared mind." And my preparation for engaging in building a toilet or latrine was growing up on Lake Winnipesaukee and using an outhouse, working in India on polio eradication, working in Haiti on cholera epidemics, and my formal training, which is in infectious disease. I've developed my own string theory that a group of people can form a rope, a strong rope, as opposed to simply a ball of yarn. And this represents some of the people who've been involved, representing architectural, engineering, and innovative thought. This is a prototype of the latrine that we had built out at the organic farm. The latrine traditionally looks like this. There's no opportunity for solar power to sterilize stool or urine. We hope to accomplish that with a detailed plan shown here that basically involves using sun to rapidly sterilize human waste. This certainly can be built, probably considerably less than $300. We have a partner in Haiti to do this. This is a more completed version of our latrine, which I welcome you to visit out at the farm. We think we have courage, heart, and brains, and what we really need are your further advice from an entrepreneurial perspective. Thank you.
Good job.
I'm Liam Grace Flood. This past summer, I received a grant through Wheaton Imagine grant initiative to develop new music technologies. And through that work, I arrived at my idea for a multi-dimensional update to the old-fashioned piano keyboard. I call it Hexpa. The piano interface is the product of a long, slow evolution in tandem with the culture of Western music, and as such, didn't make much sense to me as a math major looking at it fresh from a systems perspective. The idea of dividing notes into white and black keys arbitrarily to suit a particular culture's music seems outdated and limiting. So I set about trying to conceive of a more current, more versatile interface. Recently, there's been a renewed push to develop such new instruments. Products like the Seaboard Rise demonstrate the emerging market for such products. However, my invention pushes the idea of the keyboard interface to the next level, fundamentally disrupting how we visualize intervallic relationships. Here is my minimal viable product, which I made over the summer, a keyboard whose tessellation allows for 3 axes of motion rather than the piano's one-dimensional motion. I'll share a couple of resultant layouts to explain the value of such a system. One encodes major thirds along one axis, minor thirds along another, and the chromatic scale along the third, meaning that moving in the first 2 axes can provide the 4 basic triads upon which all of Western music is based. A colleague of mine also devised a layout encoding an Indian raga and the rings around bass hexagons. And I based another on the 2 whole tone scales offset by a half step, such that moving horizontally along this system produced whole steps, and moving along diagonals always produced half steps, meaning that you were offered a much more predictable and formulaic way of playing any scale in any mode rather than the way the piano keyboard does it. These couple of schemes show the starting point of the wide range of music and playing style that the interface will support, embracing a more globalized setup. But having made my rough prototype and seeing all the interest generated among faculty and students at Wheaton, I think that this could actually have potential to be a professional musical instrument and also a teaching tool for students.
This mic should be on.
Going somewhere? Hitch a ride. Hitch car. Hey everyone, my name's Usher. I'm a 19 here at Dartmouth.
And I'm Dungju Kim, and I'm also 19.
And DJ and I ran into a little bit of trouble lately. Recently, DJ and I were trying to get back from Boston to Hanover, and we missed the Dartmouth coach. We realized that we, college students without cars, often run into this problem. Without cars, we can't get from point A to point B. And that's not a problem that's unique to us. Just for example, here at Dartmouth, Theodore and all of these other students in the last month have blitzed out asking and trying to organize rides. College students, not just here, but all over the country, don't have access to transportation. But what if there was an easier way? What if DJ and I could have hitched a ride with someone already going from Boston to Hanover? See, if you're trying to travel, there's a couple options. 1, you could take an Uber or a Lyft, but that's too expensive. 2, you could take a bus, but again, that's too expensive, almost $80 to get from here to New York. Or it takes too long, almost an hour longer than a car. But that's where Hitchcar comes in. Hitchcar allows college students with empty seats in their cars to fill them with other college students. It's not a part-time job, it's pure car sharing for college students. Drivers are able to set a flat fee for rides, so everyone knows what they're paying up front. The application recommends an affordable fee, and Hitchcar takes a small percentage. But what makes Hitchcar unique? Well, first, long distance travel. Applications like Uber and Lyft, they don't even account for long distance travel. They're only meant for short distance. And more than that, applications like Zipcar, they don't allow for one-way travel, and even if they do, you now have to deal with the hassle of parking and paying for a car. Second, college students only makes this application social and more safe. Third, the social feed. Hitchcar is trying to revolutionize how we travel by bringing a new social dimension. Now, finally, you can share with your friends and family where you're traveling and with who. It takes something that was frowned upon, hitchhiking, and makes it something socially acceptable and friendly. And finally, it's environmentally friendly. We're trying to take more college students and fit them into fewer cars. That's reducing the cars on the road and reducing our carbon footprint. So we're asking today for DALI to help us fund and create an application, and for DEN to help us market it to students all across the country.
Good job, guys.
Okay, so your time's there. Screen up there shows you what slide you're on. How do I control the clip?
Hi, I'm Justin Harvey, and this is Josh Thomas. We're computer science and philosophy students, and we're pitching Ito, which is a meditation concept in virtual reality. So you're probably wondering, what is virtual reality? It's a bit of a buzzword right now. It was first attempted in the 1980s. It was a complete failure, and that stigma of a bust has stuck with it. Steady convergence in latency, speed, and power have finally made this possible. That's been validated by the 4 biggest hardware makers in the world today, deciding to ship head units within the next 5 months. Meditation, long-standing proven technique used by anywhere from Buddhists to CEOs to regulate emotions, bring down stress, and bring a spiritual calm to your life. So here's the convergence, meditation in VR. Meditation requires a lot of focus and quiet to be done successfully. We're giving you that environment in virtual reality. So our approach is to recreate modules of traditional Buddhist techniques. Right now we're doing rhythmic breathing, but there's many other lessons that transfer very easily to our new medium. It's cross-platform development for all 5 headsets powered by Unity, and we sidestep some of the traditional hurdles of virtual reality by the concept of mindscapes. So we don't have to deal with unrealistic renders, textures, physics, game behaviors, because we're looking for a landscape of your actual mind. So realism is not expected, and that gives us a huge advantage. This is an example of one of our mock-ups, which is the spheres pulsate to the rhythm of your natural breath as tracked by head tracking. What we need is access to a powerful Windows environment, a public environment for testing and development. And both of our skills range the full stack of development required to pull off this product, but we do need more minds interested in designing the next generation of apps and services. We're computer science and philosophy students, as I said, both founded multiple successful companies, and we're thrilled to be able to prove our concept with a demo over the past few weeks. And we want to say this goes a lot further than this for both DALI and DEN, because what we'll effectively do is assemble a group of experts for the future of all opportunities for this platform. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Victoria Lee, and I'm here to talk to you about LetsCam. First, a show of hands. How many of you have asked someone, let's get a meal, but that meal has never happened? Okay, I see the hands going up. So why does that happen? First, you gotta look at your calendar and try to figure out when are you available and hope your friend's doing just the same. Then comes a really awkward back and forth to try to find a common availability by email, text message, or even Facebook. Sure, there are platforms to help quicken this process of finding an available time for both of you, such as When to Meet and Doodle. But first, you have to create a form. And second, let's be honest, who actually fills out these forms? But what if with the shake of your phone, you can schedule a meal with your friend instantaneously? Within 24 hours at Hack Dartmouth, my team created LetsCam, Let's Get a Meal. Let's see how it works. First, you and your friend realize, hey, let's get a meal to get to know each other better. You shake your phone, and this activates the app to look at both your calendars to find a common availability, instantaneously schedule it, and send you a notification. And then on your app, you have conveniently your list of scheduled meals, so you can meet and eat with your friend and get to know them. Why did we create this app? First, we want to create a closer Dartmouth community. And second, to end missed connections. Because you never know, the people you meet here at Dartmouth can help you later on in the future. We've already made this app, so that means we are ready to launch here at Dartmouth this coming winter. We are seeking DEN and DALI support for development to bring our app to the next level, and also for financial support for marketing efforts here on campus. We are looking to bring this app later on to peer institutions such as within the Ivy League, and also the end goal is to bring it to colleges all around the community, all around the US, so we can create a closer college community on their campuses. We as a team are equipped with the skills to reach these goals. We have 2 developers with combined experience here at Microsoft and Safo, and I have design and marketing experiences to bring this app to market. So vote for us, LetsCam, if you want to, with just a shake, create a closer college community. And if you're interested in helping out, let's get a meal. Thank you.
So you've got that screen to show you what slide you're on. Times in front of you. Click right. You click right or left.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ali Mahmoud from Tanzania, and tonight I'll be presenting to you the photo-thermal-operated irrigation fire control system. Well, this is a digital electronic irrigation fire control system, which mainly is controlled by 2 variables: temperature and light. Temperature is detected by, in our system, temperature is detected by the thermistor T, and light is detected by the photoelectric sensor P. The 2 sensors then connect to the programmable memory chip, which are encoded to allow only a specific range of signals produced by the light intensity or the temperature range. Then they connect to the logical gate system, which is mainly a combination of logic gates. From the logic gates, it collects a specific sequence of inputs and produces an output to the PLC, which is a programmable logic controller, which acts as the brain of the whole system. Then it produces a final output that controls when to pump, how to pump water to the irrigation system, to the farms. And the whole system is being powered by wind, solar, hybrid energy as a green source of energy. Well, I've earlier worked on this project in my country, Tanzania, and I developed an analog version of it, and it got working very well. And now I'm asking funds from Dan, so as I can convert the analog version and produce a more efficient digital system. This project is developed on various range of research, like 65% of every country's economy in Africa depends on the agriculture sector, and yet agriculture remains to be the slowest growing sector. This is because most farmers still depend on rain for farming, and farmers are afraid to practice artificial irrigation, claiming it to be expensive, energy intensive, and labor intensive. And with my project, it will help, which is green energy oriented. It will make artificial irrigation affordable and labor free to the farmers in Africa, and hence produce more yield. Thanks.
With a show of hands, can I see how many people have ever used Tinder before? Come on, be honest. Only back there. All right. Have you guys ever had a match on Tinder? Yeah, all right. Better than me, better than me. But have you ever actually met somebody in person from Tinder? Probably not. Only 15% of people ever actually do that. That means more or less, you're more likely to get into a school like Dartmouth than you are to actually meet somebody in person from Tinder. I know, it's like hovering at 10%, but you know, you get the point. All right, now this is a fundamental problem. Tinder is super successful, but for some reason, people just never, ever find somebody compatible enough to drive 50 miles for. I think we can all agree on that, right? We don't have the time to drive 50 miles for that, but that's where Spark It comes into play. You see, Spark It is the middle of that fun, shall we say, game-like swipe it interface that is now the depraved world of online dating. But the difference is that it uses the event-based platform to ensure that you're actually going to meet that person. So whether you're at Comic-Con in Hong Kong, Tomorrowland in Belgium, a gallery opening in Williamsburg, or on the beach in Cape Town, you're going to find people that are worthwhile, or hell, even if you're watching the Patriots win the Super Bowl in San Francisco, you're going to find people that have similar interests. And you know what? Lust is like a virus. Let us be the bug that brings it to you. The great part about Spark It, ultimately, is that wherever you go, you're going to know that there's something, or more importantly, someone to look forward to. Now, people who work for great hedge funds like Pango Capital in Hong Kong or Paulson & Co. in New York have supported us with personal angel funding. People who are, I think, no, not up there yet, a software engineer at Facebook has supported us technically. People believe in this. We don't need money. What we ask for is a partnership and potentially even a new member of our team from the DALI Lab because we know the talent that you guys have. So I hope that we can be your bug. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Felicia, and I'm a senior at Dartmouth. I'll be pitching Text Buddies, which is a peer mentoring program at Dartmouth, over text message. It all began one day when I was reading anonymous posts on Yik Yak, of course. I found this one. It says, I just want someone to hug me and tell me I'm beautiful. And this one, I want everyone to know that they are beautiful. So these posts tell me two things. First of all, some people in my generation like expressing their feelings online. And second of all, some people need, others have, a little extra love to give. So this brings me to Text Buddies, an app that allows students to sign up to be a mentor or a mentee, and then to chat anonymously. It has three main attributes. Firstly, it's convenient, so you can chat anytime, any place. Secondly, you can feel comfortable talking to someone anonymously. And thirdly, it's highly scalable, and it is completely student-run and self-sufficient. But what else can students do when they're feeling a little down? So they're friends, but some people, perhaps freshmen, don't really have communities they feel comfortable with. There's also Yik Yak, but bad idea. There's Dick's House, which is a program that Text Buddies could complement. And then there's also online text therapy, but those programs cost money. So that's why I should support Text Buddies, but why me? Well, I am a psychology major. I'm also a residential advisor at UGA, and I'm very passionate about this. This venture is actually an extension of my psychology honors thesis, and since last year, I have been talking about this idea to my 3 faculty advisors, as well as various campus communities. So now what I really need is for a team at DALI to help me build a smartphone application. It's basically an online chat application with other little features, such as checking in with your emotions with your mentor and mentee. And that's it. So it's Text Buddies. Don't struggle alone. Please pick up the phone. Thank you.
Hi everyone, we're members of the project group Together. I'm Saki.
I'm Ine.
So imagine the scenario. You're alone, it's the middle of Dartmouth winter, and you're alone in the river cluster, you're sick, and you're dying for a cup of hot tea. So you just bring up your phone, and you put a help request on there that says, can someone please bring me a cup of hot tea? I will award you 10 points. By the magic of this app, and by the magic of human kindness, someone who happens to be nearby brings you the cup of tea you are dying for. And this is what Together does.
Cool. So what is actually Together? Together is actually a location-based iPhone phone app and aiming to promote the idea of random acts of kindness and to encourage people to not only help their friends, but also strangers around. So our app users who want to seek help actually post their help requests on our Together app, and our users who want to lend out a helping hand can see all the messages on our app and thus pass on the act of kindness.
What we already have, we made this project originally as part of Dartmouth, so we already have an Android prototype. You can see on the right, that's signing and logging and sign up page for our app. And this is in the middle, that's our home screen. You can, if you want to seek help, you just click on Help Me, and then you fill in a few details like the time and content for the request, and with a single click, you can broadcast your message around. If you want to help others, then you can go on the Google Map and click on the themes to see what request people are asking for. On the right, you can also see a global leaderboard. This is a place for you to see who are the kindest people around you, especially you can compete and compare with your friends. So in terms of our next level, we hope to make a few progress with our app, and this is first of them. We hope to integrate social media so that people can have an easier time find their friends and compare with their friends.
We will also want to make an interesting scoring system just to encourage users to become active members of the Random Act of Kindness and also earning more kindness scores.
We also hope to create a kind of list view of help posts, like the style of ACAC, so that people can easily see what are some nearby help requests without taking the pain to click on each group.
And also apart from the Android app,
Good evening, guys. I'm the last one. Keep cold for 2 more minutes. I am Siva Kandasamy, creator of Ubu Forms. Did you ever have need for complex data collection forms, survey forms, research forms, and medical forms? Electronic version of these forms can be built using Google Forms and the SurveyMonkey forms within a week time. But they cannot give data validation, which is very important to ensure the data quality. So currently, such forms developed using software professionals, where they do the mockups and they share all the data validations with the software engineers. Then software engineers develop the forms for you. It's really time-consuming and slow process and costly, very inefficient. What if you can build your own forms using the tool you're familiar with? That's what Ubu Forms doing for you. You can use a simple spreadsheet to design and define all the data validation, integrated checks, very simple format, and you will get instant preview of the form. This is very helpful when you are working with more than one stakeholders. And this feature is not available with any of the forms now. Once you are completed the design and you hit save, your form is ready to go. That's the Ubu Forms. So you can build your forms, the complex data forms, using spreadsheet instantly. Already I completed the prototype, and I'm really looking for a potential customer who is interested to use such forms. And I'm looking for Dan and DALI help to complete the 300 hours of product development time, and I'm planning to start the web services with it. Thank you. One more thing, I'm seeing that many of you using longer email format.
If anybody wants to create aliases, please contact me. I can help you.
Can we get one more round of applause for all the competitors today? We're going to have a short reception. There'll be food out in the lobby while the judges meet, and we'll tally ballots. And we'll have you back in here in a few minutes to announce the winners. Thanks, everyone.
We have made our decisions. You've made your decisions. So first, before we start, this is so much fun. And it's really fun for us to see how much improved the pitches are from when we first started 5 pitches ago. The quality of ideas, the quality of pitches, the interest from the audience, it's all improved. So it's really exciting to see. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, again, the pitches. We had a huge number of applications, so just being here today already means that we think you have a good idea, and we're really excited about it. Even if you didn't win, there were some projects that were seeking help, either from DALI or from DEN or for both. And we welcome you. We ask you, if you want to have continued help, please come and see us. Talk to us. You can apply to be a partner in the DALI Lab and have us work on your project. You can get help all the time from DEN. It really is a partnership. We work together all the time. We help each other. It's a great thing, and we're happy to help you. So we've helped we've helped a lot of projects that were not pitch winners, but were pitched. So don't give up if you didn't win. It's hard to decide. A lot of good projects. So with that, here are the winners.
Yeah. Well, let's give it up for everybody first. So we're going to start with third place. And the third place winner is Hitchcar. Where are they? Give it up. Come on. Come on up. Come on up. Congrats. Congrats. Why don't I just put you right over there? Okay, now we're moving on to second place. And the second place winner is BandRunner. Congrats, congrats. Come on up. Put you right there. Okay, we're going to jump to your all vote as the people's choice. So the people's choice for this year's pitch competition is Flick. Come on. There we go. Congrats.
May I say a few words?
That's a true entrepreneur right there. And the winner of this fall's DEN DALI pitch competition is Artware. Come on up, May. Come on up. Congrats. Give it up, give it up, give it up. Congrats, congrats. Again, our contestants, congratulations. Thank you all for coming, and we will see you during the winter term. Thank you very much.